Welcome. This will be my first of two videos this morning because it is a big news morning in the motorsports world. We're going to talk about this one first, of course, in the NASCAR world with sponsorship. Now, this has been rumored, reported for months. It's no surprise. The next video in the Formula One world is a little bit more of a shock. Anyways, let's talk about it. Busch Beer, who has sponsored Kevin Harvick for years, or Anheuser-Busch, who has sponsored Kevin Harvick for years, I should specify, will be leaving Stewart-Haas Racing to go to Trackhouse Racing in Ross Chastain. Now, Harvick, of course, is retiring at the end of the 2023 season, and Josh Berry will be stepping into the 4-car. But Busch, ever since the Harvick announcement, it has been rumored that they've been wanting to go to Trackhouse, more specifically, Ross Chastain. So now Chastain, Trackhouse have a new sponsor, and they are going to have that for multiple years. And here's what Busch Beer said in their official announcement. Busch Light handshake emoji. Ross Chastain coming to a track near you in 2024. Here's to a future of crushing Busch Light and smashing melons. And then they had a few pictures of Chastain with Busch Light gear on. I don't know if they're going to have a watermelon flavored Busch. I know that right now they're promoting their peach flavored Busch Light. They have an apple flavor that they usually promote with Harvick, but I am assuming at some point there will be a watermelon flavor now. But yeah, it's no shock to me to see sponsors wanting to go to Ross Chastain. Ross Chastain gets the most eyeballs in the sport right now with his on-track activities, whether he's winning, whether he's fighting someone by punching them in the face like Noah Gragson, or he's getting into an incident. He does it a lot. He gets in the headlines a lot. And positive or negative, it seems like a sponsor wants to be on TV. Ross Chastain has a growing fan base. I'm sure that is also a factor for Busch Beer. They have Pitbull as an owner. I'm sure that is appealing to have an international pop star as someone who owns the franchise, who promotes the franchise in a sense, to have that partnership as well, I'm sure is big to them. To have, a deal with someone who is not just motor racing, that has a reach outside of just the motor racing world. So to see Busch Beer go to Chastain is not a shock, but it's got to be a little bit disappointing for Stewart-Haas Racing. I don't think they were super disappointed, they weren't raging or anything, but here is their press release. Anheuser-Busch has been an outstanding partner in its nearly decade-long tenure with Stewart-Haas Racing. After promoting Budweiser for 3 years before transitioning to Busch and Busch Light in 2016, those brands have grown exponentially, proving our relationship to be mutually beneficial. We value all of our partnerships and take great pride in seeing Anheuser-Busch association with Kevin Harvick and Stewart-Haas Racing serve as a springboard for their overall marketing strategy. Our organization has been fortunate to have committed corporate partners, and we look forward to fostering new relationships with continued success and longevity. Now, this isn't the first time we've seen a sponsor jump from one team to another. Another example I can think of is Shell Pennzoil, jumping from Kevin Harvick at RCR over to Team Penske, the 22 car. Was it Kurt Busch in 2011? And obviously, it's happened before. It's happened right now. It'll probably happen again, but this is a big sponsor. This isn't like a tiny, they run one or two races. I think they're going to run a lot of races with Chastain. They're a majority sponsor for Kevin Harvick. You're going to see that Busch car a lot this year. You probably have already seen it a lot this year. So this is a major sponsor who has been in NASCAR forever. I mean, remember, they were with Harvick since his RCR days back in 2011. I think 2011 is when they went to him. Anheuser-Busch, of course. Budweiser was with Dale Jr. for all those years, was with Casey Kane for a few years. So Anheuser-Busch is very familiar with NASCAR. They are familiar with the environment, familiar with the people in NASCAR, and they've switched teams a few times. They've gotten different drivers, and they wanted to be with Ross Chastain, and Ross Chastain is excited about it. Here's what he had to say. I'm honored to share that Busch Beer will be my primary sponsor starting next season. To have the support of the official beer of NASCAR is an unbelievable opportunity, and I can't wait to see what's around the track for us next year at Team Trackhouse. So this is really the first time I think that Trackhouse has had one sponsor that will be the majority of the schedule. We see that 1 in 99 paint scheme switching almost every week, which is a good thing. They got a lot of sponsors. But sometimes people do, they want to identify a driver with that one paint scheme. You know, if I say Dale Earnhardt, you're going to think of the black number 3 with Goodwrench. If I say Jeff Gordon, you're going to think of the DuPont 24, whether it's the Flames or the Rainbow. If I say Jimmy Johnson, you're going to think of the Lowe's 48. While we see a lot of paint schemes shifting, changing, multiple sponsors for drivers, it's cool to have a bunch of paint schemes and stuff, but at the same time, fans, sometimes they want to have an identifiable paint scheme. So this will be their opportunity. I can't wait to see what they draw up. Trackhouse has amazing paint schemes. Stewart-Haas has had amazing paint schemes as well. So I can't wait to see what Stewart-Haas's new sponsor paint schemes are, and then also to see what the Trackhouse Busch Light or Busch Beer, whatever they opt to do, what that paint scheme is going to look like. But yes, big sponsor news in the NASCAR world. A major sponsor, Busch Beer, is going to shift from Stewart-Haas Racing to Trackhouse. Kevin Harvick retiring. They wanted a new driver. They're going to switch manufacturers. I mean, not that they care, but they're going to go to Ross Chastain and Trackhouse. So, as I said, it's been reported for months. It's no real shock, but it is now official as of this morning. So, I'll be back here and soon. They said within the hour to talk about Nick DeVries getting fired and Daniel Ricciardo replacing. I gotta check AlphaTauri real quick, see if they fired him yet. But thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. Have a great rest of your day. Like, subscribe, share. And then tomorrow, I will be posting my full Atlanta vlog. So look forward to that. That is the 1,000,000 view special. Thank you again for watching. Hope you enjoyed.